Yay!
Hey, Robert,
Jack,
we are the
Inwits.
Inwits, and we are back for episode 2 of Island of Idol.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because I didn't write that down. Episode 2. I forgot that.
No,
Anyway.
well, we can't forget. It's only the second episode.
I know. And enjoyable it was.
Okay,
There we go.
great. Let's get into it. Where do you want to start?
Well, I guess, look, we'll start with the beginning because I think this is important. After the blindside, Aaron comes back to camp and everybody has to treat him like, I don't know, like he's got with kid gloves or something. Like he was visibly upset about it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, look, Aaron, and he was saying
They say the same thing they always say.
I know,
if you told me, I would have voted with you.
Right, he's saying that to them while at the same time being upset and going, I don't trust any of you anymore, right?
Yeah.
Now the real problem for me is him going, I don't trust you to anybody. Well, I think Molly took him aside. One of the girls took him aside in the bush and started to talk to him. It's like, I've completely lost trust with all of you. I don't trust any of you, brother. And this is a really bad attitude, right?
It's always a terrible attitude.
Don't tell people you don't trust them.
But it's coming emotionally. We know,
I know.
It's coming from.
Yeah.
It's the worst to play from emotion.
Exactly. But all I mean is like, you shouldn't have trusted in the first place.
No.
If your mates go home, it's like, okay, that didn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be trusting anyway.
Yeah, it's Survivor. The
Survivor.
key to the game is to not trust anyone.
Exactly, right? But the other thing is, don't tell people you don't trust them. Sit there and go, look, he was part of the group I was with, but it didn't bother me. I wasn't particularly bothered.
I'm still here.
But I'm glad you are talking to me now.
Yeah, like where can we go? How can we make this work now?
Sure, they might be, completely lying to you, but
And
that's
at the
okay.
same time, it's the same time, the thing about this, the thing that grinds my gears about this is, this is the first vote.
Yeah, I know.
This is the easiest vote to go, well, I just align myself here with him because that was the first thing that happened. I have no allegiances.
That's it.
Like, look, if he reacted like this, say, 6 or 8 left, I can kind of understand it a bit more because you've built trust.
Yeah, exactly.
But 3 days in, first tribal, this reaction is over the top, and it's an easy reaction to go, yeah, look, I just ended up with him. I was on the wrong side of the numbers, but it doesn't mean anything at this point in time.
And I think, look, to be honest, and I think you'll agree with me, at this stage, if you're running around to everybody saying, I don't trust you, you're basically saying, I can't work with you.
Yeah, and they're not going to work with you.
And they're not going to work with you. In fact, what you're doing is just putting a mark on your back.
Yeah.
Vote
or
me next.
what you're doing is they might not vote you next,
but you're out.
You're out. They'll use you as a number forever now.
I think, I think some of the people in there said, oh, yeah, he's a big, strong guy. We don't want to get rid of him yet. I mean, that's about it. That's your lifespan.
Yeah.
With his attitude.
Yeah, that's not the way, especially first vote. You don't need to play that. Yeah, you don't become that upset.
Exactly.
Like, you got screwed over. You're on the wrong side of the votes. It happens. That's Survivor.
Exactly. Deal with it.
And it's the easiest one to deal with because it's the first vote.
The chance of you not being on the wrong side of the vote throughout the whole Survivor process is practically nil. I don't know if anybody's done it.
People have.
Yeah?
I don't know the facts, but some people have always... They'll say it in their final tribal. I knew exactly where the votes were going each time.
But anyway, I don't mean that. I mean, not being on a losing vote.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same.
I don't mind them saying, "Oh, I knew where it was going." But what I mean is, I don't think has anybody not been on a losing vote.
I don't know. I think there possibly would be.
Yeah. Okay.
If we had a huge fan base, we'd say fact check that for us.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, like, the chance of you not being on a losing vote somewhere in that is pretty
in
minor.
the 39 days. Yeah, exactly. You got to deal with it. And you got to adapt. It's adaptability in Survivor.
It's probably your biggest challenge.
Yeah,
adapt to being on the wrong side of the numbers.
Because we've talked about that over the past few seasons of someone who can play from the bottom or play from the top, or those people who are in charge and on top, and then when the power flips, they have no idea how to play from the bottom. Yep. You need to know. You need to know how to work your game when you are in the minority.
That's right. Now I'd like to talk about Nora.
Okay.
Or Nura. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but didn't it look really good when she was running around complaining at everybody, did it?
No, but this is interesting. This season, this episode in particular is is interesting for that. We have obviously your first vote, which if they went was the guy, whatever his name was, Jason, who went idol hunting in the first minutes. And then we have Nora, whatever her name is, really annoying everybody.
That's what I mean. Like, this is put. One thing I will say from the start, I'm really glad the other tribe went to cancel tribal this time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, now they've both been through the fire, it's going to shake things up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've seen it a lot in every season. There seems to be one person who annoys the hell out of everybody.
Which is there has to be. To throw that towards everyone. If they went to tribal first week, she possibly would have gone. Jason possibly would have gone. Yeah. Those extra 2 or 3 days is why she's still in the game.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is, like, what I found interesting was that she adapted this attitude. I think she's toned it down because Jason was like, back off.
Yeah, Jason told her to tone it down. Yeah.
But the good thing is, a lot of the time, these sorts of people don't listen to feedback.
Yeah.
But Nura actually seemed to listen.
Yeah.
Which was great, right? The other thing I liked about Nura was Jason, like, when the plan evolved that they were going to vote Molly.
Yeah.
Nura was doing a little dance.
Jason's like, don't
Just
dance. But I can't. Stop dancing. Just stop dancing.
But she seems to listen. You know what I mean?
She's like, but I'm so excited. And then she just kept moving her head, which was endearing and funny.
I know, but all I'm saying is, like, at least she seems to listen. A lot of these people don't seem to listen. Like, they're like, they seem to be so set in their ways. They're like, no,
they won't trust this plan, and they'll blurt the plan out some way down the track and screw up that potential.
And that's what I liked about Nura. She didn't blow the plan. She seems to be able to take criticism. And look, she went around everybody.
She even said it at tribal as well. Yeah. She's like, I'm single, I haven't had a relationship, I've run my own business. Yeah. And all these things, being in Survivor, being in this microcosm that is Survivor, is making me realise the flaws of my personal life.
Which is why,
and why I am single.
And she went around to people saying, look, don't get rid of me, I've realised I was doing things. It goes back to, remember, AJ. Realised he'd made a horrible mistake and repaired it.
Yeah, and managed, because he should have been out.
Absolutely gone.
He got quite a fair way through.
Exactly.
Because of his adaptability.
Well, he was running the tribe when he got out, right?
Yeah.
But, so I think Nora's, like, shown quite a lot of self-awareness in this set. And that, I think, potentially bodes well down the road. If she can keep doing that.
If she just, because if you can just shut your mouth sometimes when things annoy you, you won't annoy other people as much.
That's right.
You just got to bite your tongue a little bit.
A lot of
50, 39 days, whatever game of Survivor you're playing, you just got to bite your tongue for those things that.
That's right. Look, actually, when you say it like that, Rob, a lot of Survivor is about biting your tongue and knowing when it's the right time to open your mouth.
Yeah, like, again, just when you think about, well, we'll just go back because it was Australian. When you think about Luke, who opened his mouth at the right time, gets Ross aside. He knows Ross and what's her face, Olympian lady. Nova. No, him and Nova are having they're clashing.
Exactly.
So what does he do? He bites his tongue, but at night time he says, "You're not going to let Nova boss you around, are you? Let's go steal a banana."
Let's go get
Uses it to his advantage.
That's exactly right.
Whereas if you just bite your tongue and know how to use that information.
Exactly.
If someone's annoying someone else, like we've seen Sandra do, #Sugargate. If you see people that are annoying each other, you just don't want to be the person annoying.
Exactly.
And if you are the person annoying, you just got to shut your mouth.
And bite your tongue. That's what I liked about Nora. She's actually shown a bit of self-awareness and gone, this isn't going to get me any further in the game. So I got to stop doing that.
For sure.
Right. So good on her.
Yeah.
I guess now, I suppose we should mention that Chelsea finds an idol.
She does find an idol.
Which tells you now, Rob,
that idols are in play on the island.
Yes.
Which, I'm okay with. I'm okay with because I'm okay with this more so because I don't know how I felt about this this test.
Oh, no, we'll get to that. We'll get to the test and the whole thing, right? But what I mean is, like, Chelsea, I was kind of surprised how she found it, right? Just out in the bush.
Yeah, she was just kind of, and then just saw it.
There it is, right?
And wasn't it nighttime or something? She sometimes found it?
Well, it looked pretty gloomy.
It looked pretty dark.
But all I'm like, is she was just gathering stuff and it was like there, right? Good on her. Like, that's fine. But look, at least we know now that idols are on the play.
Idols are in play and on beaches.
On beaches, right? So I suppose now we could move on to Callie, moving on to the idol.
Now, look, I watched this episode pretty late last night because I went to the movies. and I did rewatch the tribal.
Yes.
And the end, but I didn't rewatch how she went over there. Did she just get told to go there?
Yeah.
Like there was no.
No, what happened is they.
Was there a pick of her name again? Did I miss that?
No. Remember last week the other girl picked the last.
They picked out of the bag.
Yeah. So basically,
name.
Boat rolled up to the beach and it was like, Kelly, you're going to Ghost Island.
Yeah, that's what I thought happened.
Yeah. I think there was some mail about it, right?
Yeah, but saying, Kelly, you're the one going
and that's
to
all that
Island
happened.
Vitals.
That's it.
Why?
And then she hopped on the boat and it was like, you'll come back for... You'll go to the island, but you'll be back for the trial.
Or back for the challenge or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it was after the challenge. So you'll be back for the tribal, right? But she just got sent off like that. She gets dropped at the island. She walks along the beach, sees the heads, and there's Sandra and Rob, and then they talk to her, right? And like I was, as soon as they started, right? As soon as Sandra started talking about her dogs, actually, right? Whereas, and I don't know how far into the chat, I was like, oh, that's what this is about.
Yeah.
Because Rob and Sandra aren't going to tell you about their personal lives.
Yeah.
Unless there's a reason to, right? And I was like, oh, this is you got to remember this stuff, right? So, But I was like, what I was really disappointed with was she hears all the stuff, then she gets told the challenge, right?
Yeah.
And then she goes, I don't know, I've got to think about it. And Rob immediately goes,
I'll sweeten the deal for you.
Sweeten the deal.
I only have to get three
you only have to get 3 out of 5, and something else. What was the other thing?
I don't know what it was. But
what? Oh, and it's good for 3 tribals or something,
good
right?
For an
extra tribal, right? And I was like, what? All she didn't even say, I'll think about it. I would have thought that she would, like, I felt like they were throwing the idol at her.
Yeah, it was
weird.
See, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. That's what I mean. Like, if you put Rob in the game, and Rob has a deal to offer you, right? He's not going to fold. He's not going to fold like that.
The thing is, last one where we saw an okay Island of Idol moment. We saw the challenge of the fire.
Yeah.
And Boston Rob said she didn't even want to go for it. She didn't want to raise the stakes or do anything, and talked about how he always has something in his back pocket, blah blah blah. And this time round, it was like, got to get 4 out of 5 questions. Are you up for it? And she went, hold on. And then Rob jumped straight in. It was like there was no time. There was no bartering. She's like, she was still going, who could I? And Rob's like, I'll make a better deal.
Yeah.
I'll sweeten the deal for him. I'm like,
what?
It was really weird.
It was weird.
There's a lot. I don't like the fact that they just handed it to her.
No.
Because I thought maybe I must have had a micro nap and missed the choosing. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure they just told her she's going.
That's it. That's all they did. They just told her she's going.
So I didn't like that.
No.
I thought that was bizarre, and I thought that was really just... Like, I don't mind a name from a...
No, that's fine.
And you know what? If you want to make it fair, once you've been, your name's no longer in that bag.
Yeah, I think that's the way it should be, yeah.
So it's a random thing. Yeah. The fact that you just get told you're going for no reason whatsoever and out of the blue is kind of a little off-putting to me. I didn't like that. 2, I didn't like the chat, even though it was like, yeah, of course, this is what we're talking about. I didn't like that as a lesson, as a survivor lesson. I thought it was a pretty piss weak effort as far as what a Sandra and Rob.
I think in one sense, though, I think it's kind of.
I thought it was cheap and tacky.
I didn't think it was much of a lesson, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. It's pointless.
But it's more of a lesson for me, right? Do you remember back in the old days of Survivor, right? Mm. Usually the second or third last tribe, they would do, now we're going to find out how much you remember about your tribe mates. Remember that challenge?
Yeah, and then you write them down.
And then you write them down. Whoever got the most won the challenge. You got the immunity idol, right? That's what it was for. Like, if you hadn't said to me that will train you for that challenge, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine, right? Yeah. But as for you've got to listen to other people and be like, well, you don't really. I mean, I forget who I said it about. Somebody played a really good social game. In the season where Ben won.
Was that the one where someone was at, what do you even know about it? You didn't ask anything, and he went, oh, I know this, this, and this.
Yeah.
I've listened, I've taken it in.
Yeah. But there was same sort of question, but it was, in Ben's season, right? The woman I thought was a really good player. Chrissy, wasn't it?
Yes, Chrissy.
Chrissy. One of the jury asked her, similar sort of question, and she said, well, I don't have to remember when your sister's birthday is to be social, and that's exactly right.
Yeah,
right?
that's the exact thing she said. Wow, how do you remember that quote?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Why
do you remember that quote?
But what I mean is, that would have been my answer to Rob and Sandra in this particular instance as well. Remembering when your dog's names and your second cousin's birthday, it's got nothing to do with how social I am with you and how I make you feel when I talk to you.
Yeah.
If you feel like I'm listening and understanding what you're saying and responding appropriately, you're going to think I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
If I sit there and go and don't listen to you and don't respond to you, but when you ask me what was my cousin's second's middle name, and I go, Bartholomew.
Yeah.
That's not going to help.
No, because you still make them feel like shit.
Shit, right. So that's why I thought that lesson to me fell flat.
Yeah, I was just like, it's a really, like I said, it's a really tacky lesson to have. I mean,
in
I don't mind the fire making lesson, really don't.
No,
I don't mind, again, but they're probably not fishing. Like if you had a Rupert out there, teach you how to fish. Something like that.
Awesome,
that's let's go out. Who catches the most fish?
I would love to have also Rupert there to teach you something. That'd be great.
Like, maybe that would have. Oh, there's too many.
But all I'm saying is, all they've really told, and this is rather than helping Kelly, I actually think they've given her the wrong impression. She's going to go away with the impression that now she has to listen to everything you say and write it down.
Yeah, but it's not.
Whereas
it's
it's
not. Have a conversation.
That's what I mean. She's going to miss out on having the conversation which she'll need to have in favour of... I'm hoping she doesn't, but
you and I could be sitting there on the edge, water's edge one day having a great conversation, and you're talking to me about your goldfish.
Yeah.
And we're having a good old chat about it. The next day, because my brain's like a goldfish, I've forgotten the name of your fish. That's not going to... And it's upset you. No, that's right. Oh, that was hilarious, but I forgot the name of your fish. What was it? What was
it Rupert, yeah.
Ah, great.
Right? Called it after. But what I mean, that's what I mean. You're not going to be upset somebody doesn't remember your dog's name.
No.
Or even your sister or your cousin's name, right?
So I don't like it. I really don't like it. No, this is the second week we've had it now.
I thought it was actually a bad lesson. I thought it threw her off the track. I think if she takes that lesson to heart, she's going to go back into the game and start thinking, I'm going to memorise all these facts about these people when she doesn't have to at all.
So I didn't like how it was... I liked it how it was implemented last week. Didn't mind that. I didn't like how it was implemented this week. I didn't like the test about it. I didn't like anything about it. I also didn't like the fact that... Are they being told by production to lie about it?
I don't know. The other question I have is, when she was asked to pull the name out of the bag.
Yeah.
Rob actually didn't say whether it was for from which team it was from, whether it was the other team or whether it's random now. If it's out of all of them, I don't know. He didn't say pull this out. It's going to be somebody from the other team like he did last week. He just said pull a name out. For me.
Did I miss that? At the end of the item, she picks the next person going.
Yeah.
Ah, that makes more sense. So Callie would have been picked last week then.
Yeah, Kelly was picked when the other person...
Oh, why do I not remember that at all?
Oh, don't you remember? Yeah.
No.
So this time, but last week, Rob said to her, I want you to pick a name out of this bag. It's for somebody from the other tribe.
Yeah.
Right, but you can't know who it is. And it was Kelly, right? Well, yeah, we ended up finding out it was Kelly. Yeah. But this week he didn't say that. He just said, I want you to pick somebody's name out of here, and it's going to be the next person who comes.
Yeah, cool. Well, now I think it's not going to matter now. I think it was one tribe's gone, now the other tribe's gone.
And now it's just a complete mix.
And now it's going to mix it up because... Yeah. Because I would assume they would know Boston Rob and Sandra there, but they haven't told anyone. Cool. Well, so I'm going to take back my last statement about why it was Kelly.
Okay.
Because I don't remember that from season 1. No, from the first episode. And I wasn't exhausted and watching it in the middle of the night. So I definitely don't remember it last night, but I don't remember it the first episode.
No.
So, makes sense. Okay, that's all right. I'm a little bit happier.
And then they got some mail, I think it was, and then the boat rolled up.
And I saw the boat rolling up and like, Kelly, you're going. I'm like, why is Kelly going? But she was picked last week.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Now, I still don't like how she also doesn't talk about Boston.
Well, this is the last issue. She comes back. What's interesting about this is she comes back to the island and tells her mate, surprisingly, the exact same lie that
there's urns there, and she got no game. So part of me is thinking, is production telling him to say that?
It's really odd that they got it's an amazing coincidence if they did, right? Like, just come up separately.
Yeah.
With exactly the same line, right?
And on top of that, this no game hasn't been in... It's been in Survivor prior.
Oh, yeah, it has.
But not many seasons of Survivor
but
have
what I mean is this is believable. This is believable. If you came onto the beach and said to me, oh, there's urns, and I break them, but inside there was a scrap of paper and it said no game, I would sit there and go, I wouldn't question whether or not the urns were there. What I would question is whether or not she got the no game.
Yeah.
I'd be like, did you get no game or did you get game?
Yes, exactly. Right? Agreed.
Right, so that's where the lie actually succeeds.
Yeah.
You're not going to worry about whether or not the urns are there. You're going to worry about, did she get no game or game?
Or is she lying to you about that? I just still don't understand why they don't talk about Rob and Sandra.
It's weird. Maybe.
If you legitimately... Because we said this last week. If you go, I rocked up, huge statues of Rob and Sandra are there. They teach you stuff, and then you've got to put that to practice, and you've got to challenge them. And I lost.
Yeah, that's it.
I had to make fire against Boston Rob, and I lost. I had to do something against Sandra. And they will believe that.
That's it.
Even if you won.
But what I find interesting is both of them came back with this idea that they had to lie.
Yeah.
And they told the same lie, which is
a little bit off. And I'm like, are they being put up for this?
I don't think the producers are on that side of it, but
I'd hope not. But I just don't understand why they lie about it. I'm trying to understand the benefit of this because people are going to keep going.
I can understand last week's the girl who went last week, right? Because she was like, I don't want to put a mark on myself. And as the first one who goes.
Well, technically, Kelly's the first one from her tribe as well.
Oh, no, and that's what I mean. And even Kelly as the first one. But this is the problem I have. Come the second one who goes, right? They're going to come back and go, they lied.
Yeah.
What I mean is there's no reason for them not to say they lied. Because it puts them in a worse position.
Yeah.
And then people...
Unless they're going to come back and lie about it as well. And then go to they'll go to Kelly. Or they'll be like, hey, so I said that same thing that you did about Jen.
Right.
But did you meet Boston Rob and Sandra? And I'm like, maybe we can join together because it's just weird.
It is weird, right? So, look, the problem here is it's like Chinese whistlers. Eventually it's going to break down.
Yeah, and it's going to be ridiculous.
Somebody's going to come back and go, oh, wow, I met Sandra, I met Boston Rob. They're just going to be over the moon about it.
And the other person will be like, why didn't you meet them?
Yeah.
Sorry, I lied. I did meet them.
Exactly. Right? It's weird.
It's odd. The whole thing's odd.
So now we move on to the other tribe with Nura and Jeff.
Mm-hmm. No, Jason.
Sorry. And Jamal, Molly, and Jack. The
King, Queen, and...
Well, what I found, this is funny, right? Jamal's talking to camera, right? And he's like, we are trying to be unsuspected.
No one knows.
And no one knows.
The three of us are working.
The three of us are working together.
Nobody... it's pretty obvious. The three of them are working together.
But this is what I mean. Everybody knows, right? I'm like, Jamal, what game are you playing?
Yeah. No, they don't know if you stop hanging out with each other.
Right?
Just because you might not talk strategy, but you hang out together, you sleep together. You don't have to talk strategy. People see you with that person. Right. That says it all.
And look, I think the jig was up, Jamal, when Nura came and pitched to you. If somebody comes and pitches to you, why you should keep me around, and they pick you first, three, there's a reason why they've picked you three.
Because you're on top.
And
they also know you're on top.
Right? It was just bizarre. But then Jamal, they make the decision, okay, we're going to vote Nura or Jack.
Jack, whichever one it was. Jason, split the vote. Split the vote, right? Jason, Nura.
This is the amazing thing. Jamal's advice to the other two was like, okay, we've done that. Why don't we have an afternoon nap?
Did you not watch Joe do a painting?
That's right. Actually, I hadn't thought of that, but you're exactly on the exactly do not take don't take your foot off the metal.
Well, as he said in Tribal, he just turned the car on by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
He was like, we're in first gear. It's a long game.
And everybody else is like, nope.
Yeah, everyone's like, no, we're in fourth here.
Yeah, we're in fourth.
Yeah, but you have to be in fourth. I don't need to be in fourth. You're an idiot.
What I love was Jason's comment in the Tribal. You're so happy, you're so comfortable, you didn't even pack your bags.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Just how slow, how much your head isn't in the game.
And also, how much you don't realise they know you're on top.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing, right? Just how blasé they were about it.
And
right?
it's just like, look, I don't mind that you had a 3 alliance. We talk about 2 and 3s. That's great.
It was really like a full thumb.
Yeah.
Just like,
don't make it obvious. And why you thought it wasn't obvious is bizarre. You hang out together.
That's it.
Like,
I couldn't get it, right? I was like, I can see it on the camera. Everybody else on the tribe can see it.
Yeah, if we're only seeing the camera bits, they're seeing the whole day of it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You know, but so Molly ends up copying.
Well, look, before we get there, I'd like to talk about one other person in that tribe, and I'd like to talk about Lauren.
Okay.
She's the girl that she came back to the other girls and some other people standing around, right? And she was like, but in her one-to-one camera, and this is what I loved, right? She decided she wanted to flip things up, right? And she said to the camera, right, look, she doesn't want to vote out Noura. She doesn't want to vote out Jason because these are people she can use.
Yeah, I can use this.
How many people do? How often do we say that?
They're
Nobody
on
does
the bottom. I can
the,
use them.
And that's what she says. She actually says, they're on the bottom. I can use them. I can use them to send the people home I want.
I don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to follow.
And she did exactly that. And she managed to rally them together. And she got rid of the person she wanted to get rid of.
And this was reminiscent to me of Apia, Janine, Abby.
Yeah, exactly.
So the 3 of them are on top, even though that was well later in the game.
Yeah.
3 people on top, not realising, and look, and I said before, maybe first vote, maybe first 2-3 days you could have got away with that.
Yeah.
But now you've had an extra vote, you've had an extra 2-3 days for people to settle.
Yeah.
Strategy. Think strategy. Don't just vote the easy vote. The easy vote's no longer there. And the 3 of you are on top. The 3 of you pull in the 2 on the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Pull them in to stay on top because they've got nowhere to go.
Right.
Before you get the people who are in the bottom of your alliance going to them to get to the top of their alliance.
Right.
It's simple. Like Survivor, at the end of the day, Survivor can be very simple.
It actually is. Well, it's like cricket or footy or anything. If you go back to basics. Go to the basics. And that's what Lauren's done here. She's done the basics. Like she's got 2 people on the outs. There's 2 votes I can use. All I need is 3 or 4 more. She goes to the guy. We can get rid of King, get rid of Molly, who's like currently, parading around like,
Parvati 2.0.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
let's
not
calm
Parvati,
down.
Right?
I mean, she's only played 6 days. Do not compare it to Parvati.
No, not at all.
Maybe later on down the track, but do not compare it to Parvati.
No.
In the first tribal you've gone to. No way.
Parvati's, let's put it this way, Parvati wouldn't have been caught like that.
No.
Right.
But it's just it's like I said, it's just the basics. It's like if you're on top, to stay on top, bring the people at the bottom.
What I like here is Lauren's just sat there and she's enunciated really clearly in her own mind, but also the camera. This is my strategy. Yeah. There are people here I can use. I'm going to use them, and I'm going to send home the person I want to send home. This is how you play Survivor. Are you in control of your destiny, or is somebody else?
Yeah,
and that's what Lauren said. I don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to follow.
And you know what? It's really great that she's taken that initiative on her first tribal.
Vote. That's what I mean.
Her first vote is a blindside.
This is where you see a lot of people sit there and go, I'll make my moves later, and then they go post-merge. I've got to do this. And this is what they try to do post-merge, and they never succeed.
And you know what? This is an early call. This is an early call from me.
Yeah. Do
you think with that mentality she has so far, she can play a similar Sarah game?
Oh, look, I think she could. As long as you
is aware of the numbers. Utilize the people on the bottom.
Exactly. That's what Sarah did. If she can just keep using the people on the bottom, she can just keep flipping. Mm-hmm. She can make sure it's the person she wants to go home regardless of what it was.
Let someone else take the top and you take the people on the bottom. Because there's more power from the people on the bottom.
If you can get them all together. If you can get them together, you ain't got the numbers, right?
Yeah.
So no, look, but what I like is this is the first vote. She didn't sit there like so many other contestants and go, oh, it's just the first vote.
That's the first one.
We just want it to be easy. No. We just want it to be... No. She wants to play. She wants to play now.
And I don't mind an easy vote for the first person out because you haven't had much time. Yeah,
exactly.
But the second person, you've had another 2-3 days.
Exactly.
You're playing.
And this is some of you sitting there going, "No, I want to win. This is my strategy." Yeah. She can tell you what her strategy is, so she knows what she's doing. She may make horrible mistakes.
Great. We support mistakes.
if she can live through the mistake in this early stage, if she can make merge, she's going to be playing a different game than everybody else.
It's just what I don't want to see is she become complacent. Now that I've dismantled the power 3.
That's the big hurdle she faces next time. Is I am in control of this game. Yeah. If she can back that off, because Sarah never said that.
No, ever. because there is no one ever really in control.
That's right.
Like when you think you're in control of the game, you usually vote it out. But it's Survivor's always in control.
Yeah, exactly. The game's
in control, and you work within the constraints of the game.
That's right. But look, that's her next hurdle. If she can get over, if I see none of this, like they're idiots on the brains or whatever, any sort of like different, she's just like
back to work.
Yeah, back to work.
What's my next vote? What's my next move? Who do I want to align with? Right. Who am I working with?
Her next move could quite look, and it wouldn't surprise Lauren's. Now she's an understater. She could go to the other two, Jamal and that, and go, "Hey, you guys just got blindsided."
Yeah.
And use them next time. Use them to get rid of somebody else she doesn't want.
Someone else who's a threat to you.
Exactly. So go, Lauren.
And because Sarah did this, and if this is what Lauren is doing, obviously I always talk, and we have talked about the 3 and the 2.
Yeah.
Always really, really awesome. But if you can play a Sarah on your own. It's an amazing game. Because playing it on your own, you open the door for power couples. To be your shield.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a tricky game. I don't know if I'd be good enough to play that sort of game.
Sarah managed to play with effectively a power couple, which was Culpepper and Trojan, right down to 3.
Yeah.
Now most people would see a power couple and go, "That's the end of my game."
Yeah.
But she managed to play with a 3 right down the middle, like a 2. So.
Yeah, and it's cool because Lauren does not want to come out and be the target.
No, that's right.
So being solo is not a bad place for her to be, because the targets are generally people who form together.
Exactly.
And they're not going to be everyone, so the people on the outs are the ones that...
That's right. So I'm interested in Lauren. I think out of everybody I've seen... She's looking really positive.
I'm interested in a lot of the people in this season. Interesting, like.
Now one of the things we could move on to is say the editing, right? In comparison to the Australian season, like with Millie, Dan, who else? Elaine. They've all managed to give us their life story just through the normal process of.
Yeah, I know, but now that I think about it,
last episode, right? Somebody else managed to give us basically. Their life story, I think it was...
and what was it again? What was the story?
The grade teacher.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah. You know what?
They fit it in.
Yeah, but now that I think about it... I can't say it with a straight face. Now that I think about it, I would like to see him behind a desk and a chalkboard. But when I think about it... I'm going to say it with a straight face. I wanted to. I'm like, I'm really missing those flashbacks.
I did my Andy comment in last season with a straight face, so
you
gotta meet that standard.
I've got to level up my acting. That's what I do for a living. Shit. Yeah, that's really all I got.
No, that's it. But what I mean is, like, we have naturally. This is why I diss the Australian season for this. Is naturally through the gameplay, they will contestants relate their previous experiences to what's happening in the game.
We get it.
And we get their story.
100%.
We get it.
Don't need it.
And it's organic. It becomes part of the game, right?
For sure.
This way, no problems. The other way, the Australian, let's have a cutscene to Janine walking through an office for the 20th time.
Don't need it.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
So no, look, I'm pretty happy with this episode.
I'm just not happy with Island of Idols yet.
Neither am I. I think they really need to sharpen up their game, right? To tell you the truth, if Rob and Sandra are aiming to compete, they can't compete at the level they're demonstrating as the idols.
Yeah, but I think they're just getting told what to do.
I think a lot of
how many things can you do? How many tests can you go through?
All I can think of is, when Rob basically threw an idol at Callie, I can't help but think that the producers have gone, look, if they show any sort of reluctance to continue, offer them something. Yeah, offer them this. Right? Because I think it's from the producer's point of view, it's pointless having people go there and not do the thing.
Yeah.
it's just dead air time for them.
Of course, it's a waste. It's a waste of the
That's right. So I think Rob's pretty much under orders. As if they're showing
handball some idols as much as you can.
as much.
We want people to get an idol.
Yes.
We want people to lose a vote.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we want. We don't want to walk. We don't want someone to walk away with nothing.
With nothing, right?
Yeah, that's their thing. It's like you go there.
Yep.
They want people to, because they want to screw with the game. Idol screws with the game. Someone's losing a vote. Screws with the game.
Screws with the game, right? So, really, Extinction Island was, and this is the problem with it, it was a nothing until the very end.
To the end, yeah. Yeah.
Except for Devon's, But anyway, look, that's about it. But I'm giving Lauren thumbs up. Good thinking.
Good. Yeah, I enjoyed. That's a strong gameplay for episode 2.
Exactly. Like this is the second vote.
2. Yeah.
She's already got her strategy down. Great. Great to see.
Happy with that.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah. See you next week.